Let's see if the Lexecution could come again against Zailis.
Did you just call him the Lexecution?
Well, I'm saying like the act of executing somebody and adding Lex in there. So yeah, the Lexecution.
The Lexecutioner.
Yeah, he could be the Lexecutioner. Possibly.
We love that. So Zailis earning his way, fighting all the way through finals in losers, all the way back into grand finals. He is going to have to go for the reset if he wants to take it over Lexx in this set, because Lexx is sitting on the winner's side. And we're going to have to see how Zailis wants to adapt, because the match that happened between Lexx and Zailis, it was 3-1, but it was a very quick 3-1 actually.
Yeah, and it's I feel like it's been kind of appropriate in regards to like how the matchup has fared out through the entirety of like season after season as soon as like A.K.I was introduced, right? I think it's one of those instances where we talk about how the matchups kind of go. Lexx is still able to kind of set the pace a lot against A.K.I.
Yes.
Guile players do get to set the pace a lot against A.K.I. Is that going to happen this time with this many games to spare? At least from the side of Zailis, perhaps? I don't know. Who knows? But we'll see if Lexx manages to continue on with his hot streak coming in from winners round 1 into the grand finals.
Yep, so let's get it started. Grand finals, we have Lexx versus Zailis. Let's see if there are any changes. Maybe we'll get to see a reset, who knows?
You gotta hit the Redis too, because it says Salt My League on the bottom. Lexx versus Zailis, grand finals.
I can't do an accent. You did a great job at the Redis.
Dude, he's awesome. I love Redis. He's usually one of my favorite people.
I always forget it because like Redis is always there as the third voice, so sometimes I forget that he loves making those calls. And then he just comes out of nowhere. Grand finals.
Grand finals. Lexx versus Zailis. Honestly, we need a soundboard for it.
We do.
need like a soundbite, like a personal Redis
for
soundbite.
each all of them.
Yeah.
Grand finals, losers finals, the
and
semis.
And then the winning moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
But, okay, going back into the match.
Thank you.
Very nice momentum carried by Zailis right now. It looks like Lexx is in the corner, had the poison in the yellow now, but OD flash kick to get the pressure off of him.
Jesus.
Trade. Zailis trying to get in with these drive rushes. They trade both times already.
Yeah, despite the slight life lead being a little bit dry on the gauge, could be a little bit problematic too, but that's up to Lexx. If he gets a little bit too predictable, Zailis can perfect parry. Oh, wait a minute! He thought there was going to be a fireball coming in. No, sir!
But no real punish here because we are full screen. We're not going to get the punishment. We walk into that.
Oh, this is fine. This is perfect for Lexx. Solid puncher. The burnout. Oh, the baby boom's coming in as well. I think there was nothing, absolutely nothing Zailis could have done. Perhaps like coward crouch, maybe get past some of the booms, maybe a venomous fang. But at that distance, it was so hard.
Yeah.
That moment, it was so difficult.
I mean, there's some startup times in getting into the correct stance, right? He actually got hit out at the beginning of that stance because that was the only thing he could really do. But really smart spend on Lexx there. Although he had to spend the 2 bars, Zailis had also spent his level 2. So a really, really good trade-off there. They both start the second round with 0 bar, now at 1-1.
Oh. Oof. Give it to me. Get the level 1. Not going to set up a cross. There's the cross that we were looking for to kind of close the gap too. Damn, he just gets hit by both of them raw. A single hit. Yeah, you already knew it too. Lexx just kind of creeping up on that space. So difficult to anticipate the next move. Lexx has been doing a great job of keeping his offensive options mad ambiguous. Like that. Who? What?
Immediate jump roundhouse from the round start. You don't really expect that too often. Usually in ranked, but not in the World Warrior.
Oh my god.
But this is what I mean. Lexx he studied these players really, really well because of all these hard reads that have gone so much in his favor. Like look at the huge life lead just off of the jump roundhouse here.
Oh, the bare end of the twinkle toes too.
All the active frames on the big toe on the second foot.
Yeah, that's a lot of poison. She'd be gathering all that rust, all that copper and iron, dragging her nails across the stage. That sounds real grotesque. But Lexx trying to go for the jump in. Zailis very much so ready for that approach. Down below, okay, twinkle toes yet again. Dash up on in there.
Low 4 does catch her.
Oh, yes.
There's the anti-air once again. Zailis so ready with the anti-airs. Nice block on the overhead. Burns himself out. Drive reversal. They both burn each other out. But Lexx is going to go with his level 2. Bait it out. Zailis is level 2. Just in case he wanted to go for the Sonic Boom there.
Smart. Super smart, too. As much as I like the attempt of going for the Venomous Fang, just the recovery on the Baby Boom is going to be too much to actually handle. Oh, that was sick! That was actually very, very good. A very good call off of the exchange from the projectile, still being able to act first with a medium kick, and now down below, we had the coward crouch into the kicks yet again, back to back, creating some space. A frame kill off of the crouching medium punch. to maybe tempt Lexx into doing something else, like the OD flash kick, which does come out eventually. Awkward.
Awkward indeed. They both landed and parried at the same time. Lexx burning himself out with that parry.
Yeah, but still in control, right? At least with a lot of estate behind him. But now, once the Cruel Fate comes in, this is very tough to manage. Yeah, I don't think Zailis is going to let go. Once the dog bites, he's going to be ripping Guile to shreds. Very, very important that Lexx was trying to just back his way through. But once Zailis recognized that, it's like, oh, I can Cruel Fate my way in to close the gap.
Exactly. Really, really nice play from Zailis. Just to be so ready in order to counter the Cruel Fate. Once he got in, it was basically game over for Lexx. And I will say that these two characters, these two players have done the most level 2s I've seen so far in a lot of matches. Both of them have shown their level 2s like 2 times each already.
Yeah. And in comparison to the entirety of the cast, I think like the runner-up would be like Problem X, right, with Bison.
Yeah.
That would be like
as
combo
a combo.
enders. Yeah. But yeah, you see a lot of utility specifically in this matchup for these for that install to happen from Guile. Maybe prevent a fireball from the side of A.K.I. But right now, Zailis, what do you do to contain Lexx? Back-to-back Sobot kicks, trying to create space for himself. He's so well-versed in fighting himself out of the corner, or even like holding down back and still holding his space. It's so hard to even like force him to make an error.
For sure. And we've seen a lot of drive meter being spent on Zailis' end to keep up his pressure by using a lot of drive rush, actually. And just like that, with the boot, we're going to get the level 2.
Das Boot.
Das Boot.
We talk about that a lot. We've literally prefaced the way that Lexx likes to play in regards to his particular play style. He's definitely one to measure out your ranges so well and let those roundhouses fly. And the majority of the time, counter hits against the opponent.
Mm-hmm.
Except for that one.
That one didn't. That was just, that was just a little bit, but there's the Venom Fang through the Sonic Boom.
Oh my god!
The shimmy from Lexx.
You don't want to whiff against Guile in that fashion.
Not at all.
That fierce is swanging.
The plus frames are working out in Lexx's favor at this point. Zailis back against the wall once again.
The roundhouse did land. Zailis is in such a tough position. Even if the Dirty Bubble does come out, that OD version, it's like, what do you do against Lexx, who's been spacing himself out so well for these Sonic Booms to clash? I thought that would anti-air. I genuinely thought it would. A couple more touches against Zailis. This could be actually a pretty big swing if Lexx decides not to do a level 1. He has to do it carefully, though. Oh, like we mentioned, puddle, jump in, hella damage incoming. But Lexx is going to be pretty refreshed. The drop! No, was that intentional?
I don't see that being a reset. He went for another lash again, and that just really isn't something that she can get much off of from a reset. So very, very unfortunate. Nice, perfect parry into the DI there from Zailis.
And what a call out, too, against the knee bazooka from Lexx. What a delay. Forward roundhouse. The big toe. Puddle? Not yet. Sorry, excuse me. Just to do a lash. My mistake. He was already in that state. Hence why the juggle even happened. We got the blade into the big flash kick. Forward throw. A lot of offensive pressure coming in from Lexx. The wake-up crouch jab. He tried to go for a reset into the overhead, burning himself out in the process. This might be problematic.
I mean, one hit from Lexx, he's going to dump it, all the drive bar into the level 3 here. That's why Zailis is going to have to take the throw, if anything. But no, we're going to find the crouch jab counter hit into the level 3, and this should be enough to take it into the last round of this game.
Does it, though?
No? I mean, because it was off a jab.
Yeah, there was scaling involved. Damn! That was far.
That was a lot of scaling.
It is a lot of scaling. Because that was only like a couple of hits, right? Ooh. Damn! Some big bets.
Mm-hmm.
A sweep for a punish counter was a whiff punish, but then the OD flash kick afterwards? Jesus. Oh.
Closing the gap. Lexx just has really, really good spacing in this matchup.
It feels that way, doesn't it? Like, I think he controls the space so darn well with like his Sonic Boom pressure and also his normal. His decision-making around his like normals have been so on point thus far. But Zailis, again, he's been kind of staving off some of those normals and getting his momentum, like big pushes like this. But by the time he does so, he's so down in drive gauge, which is such a detriment to his offensive pressure, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm wondering what Lexx went for there when he did the drive rush into empty, but he's going to use a level 2 to burn him out. Zailis decides to burn himself out on his own terms with the OD slide, but no, the counter hit was enough for Lexx to take it first place, Grand Finals, UK.
And Lexx is your Salt Mine League World Warrior number 3. champion.
You were supposed to interrupt me. That's how it goes.
No, I couldn't do it.
I was supposed to start saying it, and then Regis comes in out of nowhere on the soundboard. And Lexx takes it.
And Lexx takes it 3-0. I can't. It's too much. It's too hard for me to do. But damn, dude, what a dominant performance. You could see some of the big struggles in this matchup that Zailis had to fight tooth and nail through. It's just so much to even try to track down against Guile, like a really mobile Guile at that keeps it ambiguous in regards to like what when the booms are coming out, when the normals are going to be thrown out there with the knee bazooka, the roundhouse, etc., dust boot. It's very, very tiresome, I feel like, for Zailis to even try to keep Lexx in one place.
Yeah, for sure. Like, he really, when he was able to get his offense, he had to spend a lot of bar in order to even get that offense started. There were many, many times that Zailis started his offense when he was in the orange already. So, very unfortunate for him. He does fall to Lexx, but was it 3-0 or was it 3-1? I might have just missed. I don't even know. But we'll see from the replay.
If I'm wrong, I blame Regis.
Because you were so focused.
Regis was the one that said the final score. But yeah, it was, I believe it was 3-0. It was 3-0. Yeah, so Regis was correct in spirit and in our hearts. Lexx, dominant performance. 3-1 in the winter semifinals against Zailis. 3-1 again against I'm Still the Daddy. Then to finish it off, the pure execution of 3-0 against Zailis in the double jeopardy situation. But big shout out to Zailis. If I butcher your name, listen, brother man, I'm so sorry.